network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
Feel the hum beneath your skin, a pulse of light, let it begin. The night dissolves, the day will spin. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the time. Echoes bloom, they bend and glide. A signal surging deep inside. From shadows' grip, we rise and rise. Tune the whispers, find your way. Tomorrow starts with sound today. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the time. It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can. don't agree, not playing sides, but they don't see. Being my own side is never any fun, asking me to choose this or that one. But there's one thing you need to understand. When friends collide, don't have to get along, demanding one over the other is nothing short of wrong. It's my cross to bear. You think it's easy for me when I'm made to choose which friend it's gonna be. I don't do ultimatums, not trying to be unjust when I say I love you and that you can trust. Making me choose is only one ending, breaking the bond once never ending. Just don't make me choose, 'cause in the end you'll be the one to lose. When friends collide, don't have to get along, demanding one over the other is nothing short of wrong. It's my cross to bear. You think it's easy for me when I'm made to choose which friend it's gonna be. I tried to be there, was honest from the start, did everything I could not to let things fall apart. After all this time I really thought you knew being friends with them won't break me and you. When friends collide, don't have to get along, demanding one over the other is nothing short of wrong. It's my cross to bear. You think it's easy for me when I'm made to choose which friend it's gonna be. That's the truth, but I won't pay for borrowed proof. Friends collide, I won't comply, I'm choosing peace. I won't
Welcome, everyone, to Phoenix Talks.
That was beautiful, Micah.
Thank you. Thank you. That was my newest single for the topic called When Friends Collide. Oh, going to be an interesting conversation tonight. I just know it.
Yes, it will be.
And just so that everybody knows, this was a topic that was actually presented from one of our returning listeners, Michelle. She sent that in because there's some things that are going on in her personal life that inspired that, where it's literally the topic of the song, where one friend said, "You can't be friends with them if you want to continue to be friends with me." And that's a tough place to be.
It is.
Sorry, instead of fixing the camera, I need to fix this. All right, there we go. Now it looks like I'm looking at you. Sorry. That's the reason for all of the jumbles every once in a while, because that's the
Yes.
camera angle, and I can't change that. She has a butterfly in her hair.
Yes, I do. That's
so
a
pretty.
yes.
So pretty. But it's such a tough place to be, and somebody I've been in this situation, and again, I won't disclose why, but I've been in this situation where it was one or the other, and I loved both people so dearly that I wasn't willing to give up the relationship with one over the other. And if it was ever brought in as an ultimatum, you've already made the decision for me because that means that you don't respect me.
So I'm a big context person. In circumstances like that, I need to know more details and I need more information. What was your experience with said mutual friend? What did they present themselves as to you? Was it an abuse? Was it a disrespect that is going to make me pause? Because I personally know that when you can project that and have the capacity to project something that's abusive or unhealthy or toxic onto someone else, eventually it's going to come to me too. So I might choose to step away. So I need more context so that I can make an educated decision. I don't ever want somebody to come to me and tell me who I can and cannot speak to or talk to because their butt is hurt, because their ego's in the way, because they're taking something personally, or because they're blowing something out of proportion because they're unhealed. So like, I need to know what they did. Is it they triggered you and you need to heal, or is it they're an asshole and I need to step away myself? Like,
oh, you two got into an argument? I'll be happy to hear about it, but please do not ask me to take a side.
mm-hmm. Right.
You can vent to me. You can vent to me. That's what friends are there for.
Right.
They can vent to me. That's what their friends are there for. Don't ask me to play middleman. No. Now, it's one thing if you're a friend of somebody and you see that somebody else is mistreating them and you have taken all that you can take watching this happen, and you're like, I'm letting you know, if you are going to continue to be around them, I can't be around you anymore. Why? Because it hurts me too much to watch it happen. That's that line when it comes to friendships,
Mm-hmm.
where you've watched as much as you can watch and they just aren't seeing what you're seeing, and you can't observe it anymore. It hurts you too much. That's not what we're really focusing in on today,
Mm-hmm.
because that, with you leaving, then it gives the person that you are giving that ultimatum to the opportunity to see what you see. That's the opportunity. If it's a situation like that's a little bit different than what we're bringing up today, even though that's kind of what's going on in the inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
It's on that fine line of, I know who these people are, I know how they are, and I don't know what you heard, but you heard wrong and you're taking the wrong opinion on it. And by shoving your opinion in my face and making me decide whether or not I'm going to continue being friends with them because you don't like them, that, my friends,
We can't force any. I'm sorry. Say that one more time. Sorry.
that's where we're starting. Where
Okay.
we branch out, who knows?
Don't know. You never know. I know, me personally, I can't tell you who to decide to be friends with or not friends with. I'd rather watch you decide after I share with you my experience. I'd rather see what you do and where you stand, because that'll tell me where you stand with me and how you resonate with me. Anytime that I've separated from a friend, those who are incredibly like loyal and respectful of me, who are appalled at my experience, fade away from that person's life. They don't want to be their friend. They respect me enough to say, Diane, that was not right. And I don't think I want that in my space either. And other people have been like, well, you don't have to participate when X, Y, and Z happens, and you can just sit aside and whatever. I wouldn't trust that. Those are in a different circle. They're not my inner circle. So like, that's another decision you have to make. You can't tell anybody who to be friends with, who not to be friends with. What you can do is decide when they show you where they stand, how close you want them to you. That's me personally, because I don't play with my energy, and I'm not going to have specific energies in my space. And how close you get to me depends on how much respect I receive from you and how much I have from you. Okay, because this is
If you all want an in-your-face example of what we're talking about, I will address the 2024 elections. Look at the damage that did.
and continues to do.
That aside, even up to this day, the date of the airing of this, it still continues. And now it's not just amongst friends. Now it's amongst nations.
Mm-hmm.
That aside, how many viewing either said or saw people giving other people ultimatums based on who they chose to elect, based on who they chose to agree with? How many? You don't have to raise your hand. You can answer silently in your head. I know you saw it. If you got Facebook, you saw it. And it was almost daily for several weeks,
Mm-hmm.
especially back in 24. And that's friends and family started colliding in the context that we're talking about tonight. Oh, if you are going to back that person up, I will no longer be friends with you. Not taking any personal account, not any personal reasons into account, just the ballot, just the action. And a lot of people who made decisions are regretting those decisions. And that's the other side that I was talking about, where when you make that separation so that the other person can catch up to what you see, a lot of people are doing that right now.
Right. So in that instance, that to me, if you're allowed to have a perspective, you're allowed to have a stance, you're allowed to have whatever your ideas are, because your experience is yours. The knowledge and experience that you've had shapes your belief system. And if you're buying into specific thought patterns and specific propaganda and specific mindsets, then that's going to align with you. So I'm not going to be mad at you for your political choices. What I'm going to do instead is see where you stand and how open-minded and how critical thinker you are, and how that fits into my world. I'm not going to be angry at anybody for their beliefs, but I am going to choose where I want them in my life. I'm going to keep saying that tonight. Where do you fit? All of that stuff, like when there's colliding and conflict amongst us, our friends, even family members, romantic partners, it's a matter of resonance and alignment. Are we aligned? Should we be in this kind of dynamic with one another? How much of myself do I give to you? Do I feel like there is reciprocation and balance? Do I feel like the energy that you bring to the table is productive and healthy for me? All of these questions need to be asked. And separating ourselves, because what we do is we get emotionally attached, and then we really do take something personally, and we really do feel that whole, am I the problem? Why don't they feel this way, the same way I do? Why don't they like me that way? We're projecting our judgments and expectations onto other people, onto all of these different people. So what we're doing when we have all these things in common and we become friends, that doesn't mean we're identical.
No.
There's still going to be a ton of differences between us that might show up in different areas of life. That doesn't mean that you throw away all of those amazing experiences together and that they're a complete trash person. They may not be. They just may have beliefs shaped from their own experience. It's a matter of you deciding if you still align with them or not. Do you align with them enough? Do you have a solid enough relationship with them and history with them that they add more value than your differences will allow to separate you? Do you
Right.
have mutual? Because listen, I got friends who do not believe what I believe, but there is so much love and respect there, and we'll still show up for each other. We're allowed to have differences of opinions and belief systems. That doesn't change who they are in their heart. I can't help that they can't see the propaganda. I can't help that they are indoctrinated into this like brainwashed system. I can't help that. That's their journey.
Who are they as a person?
Thank you. How do they have love, consideration, and respect for me? Do they add value? Do they have great information that they share? Like, I look at all of the big picture because I need every factor involved in my decision making. I mean, I feel like,
Good time for this question.
okay,
Is it necessary to think or feel the same about certain things to feel understood, heard?
that depends on what it is.
It really does.
Yes. Do you need to feel a certain, it depends on where they stand in your life and if you have your emotional and mental needs met. Are you emotionally stimulated? Are you mentally stimulated in a healthy, productive way? You don't have to agree, but you have to have mutual respect and consideration. You have to
Right.
have mutual love and respect for one another. You have to hold space for each other's differences and understanding that because you know what? Whatever we believe about them, I promise you, they believe about us. We're the ones believing into these ideas that don't match theirs, and vice versa. So again, because we each have our own unique perspective, you have to just see if it's aligned with you. You can hold
Right.
space for them. If they treat you like crap and they're toxic for you, that's a different story. So it depends on what it is. What do you value the most in a human being? Is it their character, their integrity, their authenticity, their compassion, and their kindness? Because that's what you got to look for. Or is it just, well, I like the blue cheese. Well, I like the gorgonzola. Well, I like the blue cheese. Well, I like the gorgons. You know what I'm saying? Who cares?
Then it's one of those things where if you don't like what cheese the other person is eating, get your own. And that's or find one that you both like.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have the same opinions. You're not going to have the same tastes. You might dress one way, they might dress another, and you look at each other and go, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" Or, "Oh my God, that looks so amazing." And meanwhile, in the back of your head, you're like, "Oh God, I wish I could wear something like that, but I just, it's just not me." Things like that.
Right. Yeah. Or
But if you go in with the expectation that you like somebody as long as they agree with you and agree with everything that you say, do, feel, believe,
that doesn't exist.
you're in for some stress.
There's only one you, and
There's
only you have
one
every
you.
one of your thoughts and beliefs. That's it.
Yes. Can you tell we branched away from the ultimatums and kind of into direct?
Yes.
I knew
Because
that was going to happen.
right, because we're not playing with ultimatums. That's not the vibration and energy that we're in. That's not compassion, that's not holding space. That's not mutual respect for your beliefs and who you are as a person, because that goes into religions too. It's not just politics, it's religions, it's values, it's belief systems in a different way. Are you misogynistic? Or are you respectful of women as human beings? I don't maintain connection with misogynistic mentalities, including the females who have internalized misogyny. That's my choice. I don't hate them for where they're at. I understand their conscious awareness and awareness, period, awakened awareness, is different than mine.
Yeah.
They haven't reached my level of understanding, and that's okay. It's okay. You're just not going to be in my inner circle. You're going to be over there.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
We're so quick nowadays to throw out bestie, to throw out that word, bestie.
Mm-hmm.
A bestie understands you. A bestie accepts you for you. There's not a tug of war. There isn't a play of control. God damn, there's no ultimatums. You have your individual beliefs and you respect them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting somebody close to you in your life with your beliefs, your attitude, your understanding, your taste in clothing, taste in music, all of these things. We think that we're going to find that perfect match. Guess what? Doesn't exist. Sorry. We can write about it in books. We can see it in movies. It could be created for TV miniseries, put on Broadway musical productions. And there are about as many billionaires as there is a percentage chance of that happening. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to collide. You're going to have friends that don't get along with each other. And that's okay too. The only stipulation on that, the only expectation, and this is in my book, completely understandable. You respect you. When you're around me, please don't beat each other up or do anything to each other outside. But at when there's no tug of war,
Mm-hmm. Right.
because both may be the ones ending up losing. Because there'll be times that will happen behind me, and I'll just keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. And sometimes friends collide without you even knowing it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there are friends that have ulterior motives and that are trying to create a narrative because of their own insecurities, because of their own issues internally, because of their own perceived idea of who and what they are that doesn't really match their actions and behaviors and thought patterns, that believes one thing about themselves and projects another. You know, there's a lot of friends out there who are toxic and don't even know it and don't even realize it. And then they collide with you in the outside world without you even knowing it. And so when I say be observant, I mean be observant. Just witness and let people show you who they are, and you will have an opportunity to understand what feels right to you when you're not getting emotionally involved in it. Okay? Because I feel like we're so quick to be like, but why don't you like me? Or, you know, that wanting to please a difficult person, to get a difficult person to be okay with us, right? We want that approval. Okay, that's our drama. In the here and in the now, we need to decide who resonates with me and who doesn't resonate with me, and who makes me feel safe and loved and held, and who do I feel I can't really trust in my gut, but I can't put my finger on it. Use your discernment. There's plenty of people that have toxic behavior out there that we don't recognize right away because we only see certain aspects of them. So pay attention to all the details so you can decide if they might create drama in your world at a later date that you're not looking for. Because you can preemptively see who's going to collide at some point, right?
Typically.
Right. So pay attention to how people make you feel first and foremost. Are you safe with them? Have they ever said or did anything that made you feel like, okay, that was a little off, but let me give them an excuse. Let me excuse their behavior. Let me just give them benefit of the doubt because of X, Y, and Z. But if your gut is telling you something is off, trust your gut. Obviously, you may not have all the facts because you've only seen them in a specific light. But
Right.
trust your gut because your intuition tells you who people are.
And how many times I'm a recoverer of this and still have issue with it at times. I'll admit, vulnerable moment. But how many times have you gone and vented to one friend about another, and then gone to the other friend and vented to the first one about them, thinking that you were safe, thinking that you weren't going to change perception of those people towards each other? It happens quite by accident.
And I no longer vent. That was when I was stuck in victimhood and couldn't really speak directly for myself. And I just needed to get it off my chest and feel heard because I needed the validation. But that was unhealthy validation. I no longer live there. Now, if I got an issue with you, I'm going to tell you directly, and you're going to know where you stand with me, period. And you have an option to either do something about it that's productive and healthy, or we can distance ourselves from one another. That's
I'm
all.
getting there. I'm getting there.
I think everyone's going to raise their hand. Listen, when we're in survival mode, all of us can be a little bit of an a-hole. Without intentionally being that way, in some way, shape, or form, our survivor mode is going to hurt other people. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just the way it goes because survival mode means equals. We're not coming from that heart-centered space. We're coming from the ego that's protecting us and helping us preserve our sanity through that survival mode. We're going to make bad decisions. We're going to hurt people.
Karen, I'm going to share your comment because you're over on YouTube and most people on Twitch can't see it, and it is invaluable for everyone. Gossiping. Guilty. I did that in the hope I could change something in my perspective.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And a lot of times that's what we're doing in venting. We're just letting off the steam so that we can think clearly.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't, let's face it, I tell you about mirror talk and go and talk to yourself in the mirror. How often does that help when you're really pissed off? And really hurt? And you're not ready to do the internal work and hold accountability for where you're at and what happened? How's that going? It doesn't. And having that other person to bounce things off of
Mm-hmm.
helps you hear. You can hear yourself a little bit more clearly and how you're feeling. And, oh, God, I need to take accountability for that. Now, this doesn't happen for everybody. This happens for me. God, I sound stupid. Oh, God, that was terrible. Oh, God. But then it's also, oh, damn, I didn't see that. Because sometimes it helps fit the puzzle pieces together that you were feeling in your gut to begin with.
So that brings us back to, is it true, relevant, and kind? Before we speak, we ask ourselves, is it true, relevant, and kind? When we reflect on our experiences with others, was I presenting facts? Was it truth? Or was I being in my ego and saying and doing and being and judging and thinking? And was I in a place where I had the capacity to put myself in their shoes and have empathy. So that self-reflection piece has to include truth, relevance, kindness, the analysis of it, and the intention going forward to pause and analyze what's going on in your brain before it comes out your mouth. Is this true? Is this relevant? Is this kind and respectful?
There's a reason that Carrie is my co-founder. She'll lay it to me straight, and I will do the same for her. If either one of us towards the other is having one of those moments where we are venting about something and we are all up in roar about something, the other is going to listen actively and be like, you know what? You're being kind of a bitch.
I don't know why that made me laugh, but not because I can hear your voice.
But we have that type of dynamic. We do. And most of the time, we're feeling the same way about somebody else at the very same time that we're venting to one another about any situation.
Mhm. Right.
But if she can't point out to me, you're being kind of a dick. You need to take a different look at this. And if I can't point out to her, dude, what are you doing? Calm down.
Right. I like to play devil's advocate. I like to share an ulterior perspective or an alternative perspective just to throw something out there to make sure you're feeling what you're feeling and
Right.
questioning what you're feeling for you, not for me. I'll play the devil's advocate to make sure you know that you are resonating with what you're resonating with.
I mean, if anybody heard what I said on Monday and on the messengers, you've known me for any length of time. I have moments, and they're not pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could control them better. But I can't. I'm working on it. It's so much better than when I was a kid. You have no idea.
Well, that's the thing. We're all continuously evolving. I'm not perfect in every aspect. Far from it.
Right?
That's all we can do is just make a conscious choice to do things differently moving forward. And that's when friends collide, do we want them in our life moving forward? Is this resonating with us? Or is this something that is, let's share our perspectives and work together because there's so much value there?
Right.
It's a discernment thing at the end of the day. So you don't have to pick anything but what actually resonates with you and aligns with you. That's for your highest good. That's for your overall health and well-being. You don't have to ever tolerate disrespect. You don't ever have to side with any, specific scenario. Honestly, I personally am one of those who will walk away from something that could benefit me in one area of life if your character is off. Because I don't want the character energy in whatever it is that I would be benefiting with, because then it's not really a benefit if it's carrying that crappy energy that I don't align with.
That part.
It's
part.
a choice. What do you want in your experience?
Mm-hmm.
In the form of friendships. Who you surround yourself will determine how you succeed. I say how, because you might be able to still succeed, but your road is going to be a lot more difficult, a lot less supported, and a lot more challenging for you to navigate through. Who you have around you. Yes. Who you have around you is so important. So choose your circle of friends wisely.
Yep. And, going back to the main theme of the show where you're in the middle of other people, And when they don't like each other, when they have completely different views, but you somehow align with each of them individually, there are going to be moments where person B is going to go to person C and try and do all this talk about you so that they can maintain control of your the relationship with you without them. And this is where the venting and the gossiping gets really, really ugly.
Venting and gossiping is also an extension of triangulation that you were just talking about, where it's supposed to be used for coercive control and to get people to turn against you. So if you're maliciously trying to sway someone's opinion with the negative comments that you're making about someone, you better mean it. You better mean those negative comments. You better actually have evidence and facts to back up what you're saying about that person. Because if you're not coming from that heart-centered space and it's intended to just spew out whatever your personal resentments are with that person, you're not helping the situation, and that's unhealthy for you. That's disruptive of your own peace and well-being. So that self-accountability and self-reflection piece is important for your own peace.
Your friend treated me this way, and if you're going to continue to be friends with them, then I won't be with you. That's not how it goes, guys.
No.
Okay, another scenario. Your friend treated me this way. I don't appreciate it. Oh dear, I'm sorry. What happened? Oh, that happened? I'll have a conversation with. Let me get their side. 3 sides, guys. Yours, theirs, truth.
Mm-hmm.
And only 2 of them you'll know.
Right. Right.
And I'm going to bring this point up. Finally making those types of friends, like what Micah and I have, this is from Lunaria, makes the list of people you'll spend time with shrink.
Yes.
Fact.
Yes. Even Bubble Kitten says my circle's getting smaller. I have very few friends. I have a very small inner circle. I'm good with it that way. And everyone's my bestie. Because if you're not bestie level, you don't belong in my life. There's no such thing as one bestie and there's, betrayals for one. No, each person in my life brings their own unique gifts and abilities and adds value in their own unique way. Why would I limit myself? Because that's my ego and loyalty and needing the validation of being chosen. I don't need to be chosen. I'm chosen by all of them. I choose all of them.
And you can be friendly with any person you meet.
Mm-hmm.
You can develop a relationship with any person you meet, and you do, even if it's just a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Or a bad tip. If it's a bad tip for a delivery person or a waitress, you've just established a relationship that you won't have.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. You can make friends wherever you go, with whomever you meet. It's the people that you draw into your inner circle. And when those people aren't meshing, why? And when they're starting to give you ultimatums, why? Are you showing me your true colors?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bye.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the thing that I want everyone to focus on right now is a couple of points. We get to choose and decide who our friendship circle is based on how they make us feel. Do they make us feel safe? Do we feel held and supported? Do we feel like there's value being added in both directions and there's mutual respect? Okay. We get to pick how we feel about circumstances and situations, and we get to discern, period, if they resonate with us. So I don't, What was that?
What you talking about, Willis?
Yes, we get to pick. Different strokes for different folks. Indeed.
Yeah.
That's okay. So decide what your core values are
Mhm.
so you can discern who stays in your life. And they will evolve and grow with you and shift with you as you evolve and your belief system changes. The more you learn and expand and heal.
And if one day you wake up and the two of you don't align for whatever reason, that's okay.
Right.
It's tough, but
Right.
it's okay. I posted about that today in one of my Facebook groups. Like, I think it was in Phoenix Path. I posted something about that today.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to walk the same path with you
No.
for the rest of your life. Not going to happen. Not with everybody.
Right. It's not. So you got to decide what's going to be on your path. What's going to
Question.
feel right for you. Why do I feel guilty though when I why do I feel guilty when I exercise that? Because you have been indoctrinated to people please and maintain loyalty to those who demand it, as opposed to decide for yourself if they resonate with you. You can get rid of that programming and make yourself believe that you decide, and that's okay. You get to choose. The guilt comes from being told what to choose. And the confirmation clear, throat chakra clearing. This throat chakra clearing is speak up for yourself. I feel like Teresa Caputo right now. Speak up for yourself.
I don't even say nothing after that because, you know, that just kind of sounded very cleansing. It doesn't always have to be a slashing and burning of bridges, though, either, just to offer another perspective. You're right.
It does not.
doesn't.
It just could look like walking away and not communicating anymore. You don't have to even
No.
clash at all.
No.
Each circumstance is going to look different. I personally prefer to just step away and distance my energy from the individuals.
Hmm.
They will feel the absence of my presence.
You know, when I was designing the cover art for When Friends Collide, it kept getting suggested that I use chess pieces on a chessboard with a crack in the center, and it just being that, nothing else. And I'm like, I see what you're saying. I don't want to have to explain that. I want it in your face. But that's me. Speaking of in your face, I want to show you guys something. Would you like to see something that's coming very soon?
Of course.
Take a look at this. This is going to be the landing page of our new patron website. And some of the things featured on it: story of us, both stations, live transmissions. The designer of the stage is our very own Michael J. And he is currently watching this show from that page
Thank you, Michael.
in Twitch, because he has figured out how to embed onto that website so you can watch wherever you want. You do not even have to download Twitch. You don't have to download Xeno. And there is so much more coming to that.
Thank
And
you, Michael.
I am so excited.
Me too.
He really, Bubble Kittens, he really has outdone himself. Bubble Kittens is the posting manager for the Embers of Light Facebook page, and someone I trust very, very deeply. So she has done some amazing work to make sure that everybody on Facebook knows what's going on when, who's going to be on next. Speaking of, I guess I should tell you guys right now, coming up after after our show tonight, we got Honky Tonk Kevin with Will Iomi at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Rise Radio on Zeno.fm. And then Diane and I'll be back tomorrow morning, but this time we'll be joined with Lunaria for another meeting of the Oracle to bring you more of We Can't Make This Shit Up. And then Lunaria will be back Friday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern with Illuminate, where she will shed some light on the traditional tarot as well as give you some homework to think
Yes,
about for the week.
And some of the homework is actually on the sticky note back there. Follow your intuition.
Yes, it is.
Instead of client, cancel toxic friends.
There you go. That part. Cancel your toxic friends. And then Heather will be on Friday night with Voices on the Rise, and she'll be spotlighting our very own Robin Bell on that program. Amelia will be back on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern with her beautiful show Unplugged with Amelia, where she'll be featuring the acoustics and dedications of the Rise Radio singers, and that will be over on Rise Radio on Zeno.fm as well. So, wow, what a great conversation.
And what a great lineup.
Yeah.
What a great conversation. I hope everyone feels a little bit less guilty about things that didn't work out with certain people and realize that it's not in alignment and it's not in resonance and it's time to move on and let it go.
People come and go throughout your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We love y'all.
So much. So very much. And we're so grateful to everyone who continues to support and also sending your music in for all of the Rise Radio shows and just the beautiful community that it just keeps growing.
So I want to answer Karen right away. She said, be so pure that toxicity runs and stays away. Yes.
Please?
Yes. I promise you, when you keep showing up from your heart-centered space with love and compassion, it'll scare away the individuals who do not have the capacity to be that kind of a person.
Or if they're standing in the rain of toxicity, hand them a bottle of Dawn and give them the opportunity with compassion.
Yep.
And if they don't take it, with love.
Yep.
Speaking of love, love you guys. Remember to love yourselves, and we will see you in the morning. And in case you missed it at the opening, here is When Friends Collide. One more time.
Caught in the middle, they don't agree, not playing sides, but they don't see. Being my own side is never any fun, asking me to choose this or that one. But there's one thing you need to understand. When friends collide, don't have to get along, demanding one over the other is nothing short of wrong. It's my cross to bear. You think it's easy for me when
unjust when I say I love you and that you can trust. Making me choose is only one ending. Breaking the bond once never ending. Just don't make me choose, 'cause in the end you'll be the one to lose. When friends collide, don't have to get along. Demanding one over the other is nothing short of wrong. It's my cross to bear. You think it's easy for me when I'm made to choose which friend it's gonna be. I tried to be there, was honest from the start. Did everything I could not to let things fall apart. After all this time I really thought you knew being friends with them won't break me and you. When friends collide, don't have to get along. Demanding one over the other is nothing short of wrong. It's my cross to bear. You think it's easy for me when I'm made to choose which friend it's gonna be. That's the truth, but I won't pay for borrowed proof. Friends collide. I won't comply. I'm choosing peace. I won't
Hey, this is Brindlewolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the shining, we break the wall. Your nation, your voice, where dreams awakening life. Rise awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.